Hey nail peeps, just a really super quick video. I'm going to try to make this fast, but this is with the Adirondack alcohol inks. I'm trying to help Kathy out. We also have the Sharpies, which people have been using too, and I'm just for grins going to create a little bit of a red space in here because I want some red. I don't have any red. I only bought a few colors, but I'm just going to put that there. Got a little alcohol pen, which is pretty cool. It holds the alcohol in there. I have this is a sponge that I like to use, and I'm going to be using the sponge, and I'm also going to be putting pigment straight on here. So let's go ahead and try. I have some like turquoise. The indigo is super strong. I'm going to put one tiny drop over there. I'm going to work with some brown, some teak wood, and some orange, just like that. And I'm going to work with just a little bit of yellow. So basically, that's how you put it on the sponge. Then you literally press it on like this. Kind of multicolored, do you see? And that's how you do it. Then you just let it set and you let it dry. Now you can do two things. You can spritz it, and my spritzer is really cool. It is a mini Mr. Spritzer, and I got it for about, there's 3 of them for $5 at Hobby Lobby. I can spritz that, or I can just go with straight alcohol, which is what I'm going to do here, is I'm just going to touch it with a tad bit of alcohol in certain spaces or places. Just like that. Just like that. I mean, really, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So now I've got it looking pretty good. I'm going to blow it dry. Because if you add any more ink to this while the alcohol is on the nail, then it's going to continue to move and do things that you're probably not wanting. You're like, hey, I love the way that looks. You can't layer it if you put alcohol on it while it's wet. I mean, you can't while you put ink on it while it's wet. So this is pretty much dried. I think that the look is pretty cool. Let me see if I can get you a closer look. I don't know if it's coming in. Alright, so now I'm going to go back, and I am going to add a tiny bit of, just ever so tiny bit of blue indigo. In fact, I'm going to put it on one of my little microfiber tips, and I'm just going to touch it there. And I'm going to take some of my turquoise here, and I'm going to touch it there. I'm going to touch it there. I like the way it looks. I mean, I like what it's doing. So I've got a couple of microfiber tips. See how my red is in there? It's starting to move. I really like that. I'm going to do a little orange here. Maybe we can intensify that over there. I don't know. But I'm going to just kind of go in and dot it in where you want it. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason, y'all. There we go. We'll put a little bit more over here, like this. Looking pretty good. Let it dry just a tiny bit. I think I really want to put some purple in there. So I'm going to go back with one of my, this was the indigo blue. No, that's with turquoise. Let's just put it on top of this turquoise and see what we get. You don't have to use these. You can use a sponge. You can use a brush. But I just want to get a little bit more color in there. And we're going to almost be finished. This is a lot more intense in color, which is what I prefer. I like them really intense. Alright, so just kind of dotting a little bit like that. That looks beautiful. Okay, what we have to do is we have to let it dry. So I'm going to take it away for 1 second, put it in front of my fan. And what's crazy is that I can change the way this looks completely by just adding drops of alcohol or spraying it with alcohol. So let me show you what it looks like now, how intense it is. Let's see, I don't know if you can get that. Alright, so now I'm going to just give it just a tiny bit of, Nikki, what are we doing, spritzing, or are we going to use the pen?
Spritz it.
Alright, so I'm going to spritz this with alcohol, and it's going to change quite a bit. Alright, so it's been spritzed. Now all those hard lines are starting to really soften, which is so cool. Got lots of color in this. Alright, I'm hoping that it'll dry fast so that I can put a top coat on it, take a picture, and then upload this to Facebook. So let me put it in front of the fan. The fan, it really helps a lot. It speeds up the process quite a bit. Alright, almost dry. I'm going to top coat it, and then when you top coat it, it really comes out. So while this is drying, I'm sure you can add whatever you want to it. I mean, Nikki stamped one for me a while ago, which really looked pretty amazing. I'll show you here. Let's see, with a flower. Alright, so that's dry. Let me top coat it real quick, and I will upload this particular one to the Facebook page. This is gorgeous. Let's see if we can take a picture of that. Is it focused? There we go. Okay, it's going into the LED light. 1 minute. And that, I think that's my tutorial.